So I am starting with the demonstration of the heart. Myself Sanjana Bansal, and first I am showing you the anatomical position of the heart. I have holded this heart in my left hand because this is present in the left side, and the apex is on my thumb, and the vessels are straight directed to the upper side. And first I am showing you the chambers of the heart. This is the apex. It is present on my thumb, and this is the first chamber that I am showing you. This is the right atrium, this is right ventricle, and here is the left ventricle, and there is a sulcus present which is separating this right ventricle to the left ventricle, and this is the interventricular sulcus, and this is covered with the fat. That's why it is not much clear. This is interventricular sulcus. So we can identify three chambers in one side: right atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. And this part, or this full surface of the heart, is covered with the sternum and ribs. That's why this surface is known as sternal surface of the heart. Inferior side, the surface which rests on my palm, this is the diaphragmatic surface or inferior surface of heart. This is known as diaphragmatic surface because the diaphragm is present over here. That's why this surface is diaphragmatic surface of the heart. And you can see there are two chambers of the heart. This is the continuation of the left ventricle, and this one is the right ventricle. But the most of the part of the inferior surface is formed by the left ventricle, and this left ventricle is also contributing in the apex formation. So this apex is formed by the left ventricle. So in this anterior surface we have right atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Inferior surface is formed by left ventricle and right ventricle. This is apex of the heart, and this is the base of the heart, which is formed by the left atrium. This was the right atrium, and this is the left atrium, and you can see there are the veins which is opening into the left atrium. These are the pulmonary veins, and there are total 4 pulmonary veins which opens into the left atrium. The 2 pulmonary veins comes from the right lung and 2 comes from the left lung. So total there are 4 pulmonary veins which opens into the left atrium. So total 4 chambers are there: right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle, and the left atrium is located to the posterior side. The right atrium and right ventricle is separated by a groove or a sulcus, that is the atrioventricular groove. That is the atrioventricular groove because it is present between the atrium and ventricle. This is right atrium and this is right ventricle. So the groove which is separating right atrium to the right ventricle is atrioventricular groove, or this is also known as coronary sulcus. Why it is known as coronary sulcus? Because the coronary artery is present in this groove. That's why this is also known as coronary sulcus or right atrioventricular groove. And this sulcus is interventricular because it is present between the 2 ventricles, right ventricle and left ventricle. So this is interventricular as it is present anteriorly. This is anterior interventricular groove. This is the upper border of the heart which is covered by these vessels. This is the right border as it is present on the right side, and this is the left border, and this is the inferior border of heart. I am again repeating, this is the upper border, right border, inferior border, and left border, and the left border is formed mainly by the left ventricle. This is the left ventricle. Inferior side there are 2 ventricles, left and right. So there is again a sulcus is present between the 2 ventricles. Actually this sulcus has an artery on it, and this is the interventricular artery. This sulcus is also known as interventricular sulcus as it lies on the posterior side. So it is posterior interventricular artery or posterior interventricular sulcus. So total we have 2 interventricular sulcus. The one is anterior interventricular sulcus, and the second one is posterior interventricular sulcus. In the anterior interventricular sulcus, there will be anterior interventricular artery, and here posterior interventricular artery. And these sulcus are known as, which is separating this left atrium to the left ventricle, is the atrioventricular sulcus. This is the left part of the atrioventricular sulcus. So the complete atrioventricular sulcus is starting from here to, it is going backwards. It is separating right atrium to the right ventricle, and this is separating left atrium to the left ventricle. So here we have right part of the atrioventricular sulcus, and we have the left part of atrioventricular sulcus. This sulcus is also known as coronary sulcus. And between the right atrium and the left atrium, there is the interatrial sulcus. Interatrial sulcus, and this opening is opening of inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava, which opens into the right atrium. This inferior vena cava collects impure blood from the abdominal organs, and this is the superior vena cava, which collects impure blood from the head and neck, brain and upper limb. So this is superior vena cava and this is inferior vena cava. Both the impure vessels opens into the right atrium of the heart. That's why it is also known as impure chamber of the heart, as it has the opening of superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Both the veins opens into the right atrium. That's why it is the impure chamber of heart. After that, all the impure blood enters into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. So it is also impure chamber of the heart. So right side is the impure side of the heart. After that, from the right ventricle, this trunk arises from the right ventricle, and this is the pulmonary trunk. After its origin, it is divided into two pulmonary arteries, one for each lung. There are two pulmonary arteries arises from this pulmonary trunk, and this arises from the right ventricle. And after that, pulmonary arteries enters into the lung. Their purification of the blood takes place, and through the four pulmonary veins, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The septum is not present over here between the two pulmonary veins. There are two pulmonary veins, and third and fourth. Through the four pulmonary veins, the oxygenated blood enters into the left atrium. This is the left atrium, and through this bicuspid valve, the blood enters into the left ventricle, and through the left ventricle, this large elastic artery arises through this left ventricle, and this is the aorta. This part of the aorta is ascending aorta, and the part of the aorta which is making an arch, this is the arch of the aorta, and this arch of the aorta gives origin to the common carotid, subclavian and brachiocephalic trunk. After that, this arch of the aorta will continue and will form the descending thoracic aorta. So total 4 chambers of the heart: right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle and right ventricle. This is the arch of the aorta, and this is the ascending aorta. The ascending aorta gives origin to the coronary arteries, the arteries which supplies blood to the heart. And this is the arch of the aorta. This is the pulmonary trunk. It takes origin from the right ventricle, and these are the opening of pulmonary veins. There are total 4 pulmonary veins. This is the superior vena cava, and this is the inferior vena cava, and this one is atrioventricular sulcus or coronary sulcus. This is interventricular sulcus. This is the apex of the heart. Posterior side, there is the interatrial sulcus, and this is the posterior interventricular sulcus, and this is again the coronary sulcus. And this vessel which is present in the coronary sulcus, this is the coronary sinus. This is the coronary sinus. The lumen is very thin. This is a vein. This is coronary sinus. It also opens into the right atrium of the heart. And this point is the crux of the heart. This is the crux of the heart, where three sulcus meet: atrioventricular, interventricular, and from the upper side interatrial. This is the crux of the heart. It is the union point of three different sulcus: interatrial, atrioventricular, and interventricular. So this is